What's up, free followers? So I just got back from watching The Protege, starring Maggie Q, Michael Keaton. It was directed by Martin Campbell, the same guy that gave us Casino Royale and several other movies that I haven't really kept up with that much. But Protege, it was good. I'd say in the positives, Maggie Q. She brought light to the movie. Of course, you got Maggie Q and Samuel L. Jackson as well, and their chemistry worked pretty well. Granted, Samuel L. Jackson isn't in it as much because he had like 3 or 4 other movies that came out the same year. So he had like multiple projects. So of course he's not going to be in, he wasn't in the whole movie. But when he was, of course you get those funny quips and his special line, which I won't say on here because I'm trying to keep it clean, but you know what I'm talking about. So it wouldn't be a Samuel L. Jackson movie without that. And of course, like I said, their chemistry, Maggie Q and Sam Jackson, it worked really well. It really did work really well. It's basically about Maggie Q being this contract killer, and she goes and takes revenge on the guys that killed Sam Jackson's character, which her and him are basically like real good friends. You know, Sam Jackson rescues Maggie Q's character as a kid from Vietnam, which is basically where the movie starts. And ever since then, a great debt has been owed, and they're basically like father and daughter. So Sam Jackson's character is like a second father to her. And I thought that worked really well. The lighting, the camera angles, I'm not going to get much into the detail of that, but the only thing I can say is that this was done by the same studio. I'm not sure about the people, but I would assume that it was done by the same filmmakers as well that did John Wick. And there was a lot of similarities to that. Kind of like how I said about Nobody. Well, this is a Lionsgate movie, and it was lit up exactly how the John Wick movies was. And in a way, and now you may disagree with me, and that's fine, but in a way, I really do peg this as like a female John Wick. Though the story, it was good, but it didn't match John Wick. But the action sequences kind of did. But you're never going to find a exact copy of John Wick. John Wick was unique. You can't get any movies like that. But I'm noticing that Hollywood's trying to replicate those, as they try to do with everything that's successful. Mixed, I guess you could say, the story, because it's kind of messy a little bit. It was kind of like all over the place. It wasn't like straightforward. There was a lot of twists and turns. It was nice, but still, it's one of those stories that you could get behind. If your mind is open and you just come in there for a good time, yes, you'll get hooked. But it's not one of those that's like mind-blowing. It's not like when you watch the trailer, like certainly when I watched the trailer, I thought it was going to be exactly like John Wick, but it's kind of premature to think like that. It's not really good to think that way. Although Hollywood does it all the time, you still can't expect something like that so unique that worked with something like John Wick to work in something else. It just doesn't work that way. But I will say this, everything else worked fine, especially with Michael Keaton, who actually played a decent villain. But like with the storyline, on a good day, you could probably get behind it. You can focus on it, especially with the characters and all the crap that Maggie Q's character had to go through. Yeah, you could definitely get behind them. But other than negatives, the pacing was a little bit of an issue for me. That's about the only thing. When you go into a movie like this, you want it to be like non-stop action and just crazy action like Hitman's Bodyguard or something like that, which I do admit I am a fan of. I'm a fan of stupid, nonsensical action. But, you know, with a story that's sort of in the background, but like mostly focused on the action. But that's not really what this was. And I guess like those are the positive things about it. But with the negatives, it was a little bit of a pacing issue. I can't really say any more than that. But that's not degrading this film. I really did like this film. I wouldn't mind seeing it again. Maybe some of my opinions will change. I'm not saying that I'll do a spoiler review or anything like that, but it's still a good time. Maggie Q, Samuel Jackson was both really good, and you get this sense of action that you really kind of do expect, but not fully. So if you're expecting to see a movie exactly like John Wick, you'll be sort of disappointed. But again, I can see why some people, like myself, will compare it a little bit to John Wick. But again, it's a good movie. You'll have a good time with it. If you like action with sort of a good story, but not expecting much, you'll still enjoy. You'll still have a good time.
I'd really like to see you again, under different circumstances.
These are the best circumstances you'll ever see me in.
Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.